Welcome, wrestling fans, to NWA Wildside Out for Blood, a special presentation brought to you exclusively by NWA Wildside Street Cam Home Video. You may or may not be familiar to NWA Wildside. We are the #1 professional wrestling alternative in the United States of America. And we've got some of the best damn action you will ever see inside the confines of a professional wrestling ring. Tonight, the matches, the best matches, from the historic college town of Athens, Georgia, Wildside on the road outside of the NCW arena. We have on the card, as promised, your main event tonight, AJ Styles versus Jason Cross from the historic Georgia Theater. Elvis played at the Georgia Theater, by the way. Another story altogether, a matchup of high-flying proportions that you will never see in your lifetime. Leave you saying, Rob Van Who? Also, the original gangster New Jack in action, the most violent man in the history of pro wrestling. He's going to be taking on one half of the former 4-time NWA World Tag Team Champions, Bad Attitude David Young. His tag team partner, Rick Michaels, also going to be in action against the son of the Nature Boy, David Flair. Right now, your opening contest is going to be Onyx, the man proclaimed to be blacker than South Atlanta and 10 times as dangerous. Back when he was a member of the NWA Elite with Jeff G. Bailey, he's going after the Wildside Heavyweight Championship, but it's no small feat because his opponent, the near 7 foot, Stone Mountain. Let's go to that matchup now.
His name, you're a bunch of monkeys in a zoo trying to get a bag, and we'll sit here joining you for this NWA Wildside Championship match. Onyx taking on Stone Mountain. It was a tremendous matchup here from February of 2001. And there you saw AJ Styles barred from ringside. This was when Styles was a member of that despicable Jeff G. Bailey's NWA Elite. Styles' first appearance back in Wildside, even before television, from WCW Monday Nitro. And right now, the monster Stone Mountain, this mammoth 7-foot individual taking on Onyx, who's a good 6 feet tall and wide as anything. Tremendous competitor as well. Played college football at Western Carolina University. Played in the Canadian Football League. Onyx certainly has tremendous athletic background. You see a hip toss, and a big hip toss by Stone Mountain. Onyx goes down favoring the lower back already. And Jeff G. Bailey, and that you-know-what eating grin on the outside. Blocks a punch there, and another. Onyx firing back on Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain blocks the punch. He's got him. Looks like he's going to be choke slamming him early here. High in the air, and down goes Onyx, and he's tossing Onyx around like a rag doll when Onyx is normally a power wrestler. It just goes to show you the size and girth and intensity of Stone Mountain. This footage, exclusive footage, never before released. Filmed on amateur video for NWA Wildside to keep records of the matches and records of title changes when we were in Athens, Georgia. We've obtained that footage, and we decided to release all these special treasures here to you, the public, for this Out for Blood home video release. Sidewalk slam by Stone Mountain. Onyx goes down, and Onyx is in a lot of trouble early in this matchup. Speedy Nelson, your referee. Still to come on this home video. AJ Styles versus Jason Cross. Rick Michaels versus David Flair, much, much more. Meltdown by Stone Mountain. He's remained in control of this heavyweight championship match here. Onyx gets the foot on the ropes. And this was right in an era where the NWA Elite, as we knew it, was about to crumble. Or so we thought. Jeff G. Bailey rebuilt his army, now stronger than it ever was. And Onyx and AJ Styles on opposing sides. This from February when they were members of the NWA Elite. And as you saw the crowd heavily cheering Onyx earlier, Jeff G. Bailey admonishing Onyx for dancing in front of the crowd, admonishing the crowd for cheering for Onyx. Finally, Onyx had enough. But Onyx going to work. He wanted that heavyweight title on this night. He's attacking the knee of Stone Mountain to try to get that done. The best strategy against Stone Mountain to go after the legs. His weakest point of attack. He was a reigning Wildside Heavyweight Championship for 1 year's time. Unprecedented in the modern era of professional wrestling. But in non-title matches, he was defeated. Defeated by Terry Knight of the NWA Elite, and Knight used the attack on that knee as the main vantage point for his offense. Knight was the victor, thus defeating Stone Mountain for the NWA National Heavyweight Championship. Onyx continuing to work on the leg. If you take Stone Mountain down, you really limit his offense. Because on the mat, he's really not a sound technician. He really relies heavily on his power game. And if you take that away from him by putting him on the mat and forcing him to wrestle with you, then you certainly got an advantage. While many would chastise Onyx for his singular use of a power game, he also has a tremendous high-flying game, and at his size, that's very impressive. Onyx so chiseled. Such a genetic specimen, a freak of nature, really. Backstage working with the World Wrestling Federation one time, Stone Cold Steve Austin came up to Onyx and told him to put his shirt on. He was embarrassing the rest of the guys. That's how chiseled Onyx is. That's a true story. Onyx going to work on that knee continually. And there you see Jeff G. Bailey watching on the outside, Speedy Nelson, the referee. This from the Bumpers establishment. Wildside had a tremendous run at Bumpers. Would love to return there. Some of the most violent matches in Wildside history occurred in this building here. And it goes to that no rules atmosphere. that a place like this, that a venue like this provides a lot of alcoholic beverages. And when you get drunk rednecks in a crowd, hey, they want to see some blood. Oh, big power slam by Stone Mountain. Gaining control once again. Onyx flat on the mat. Give a log on to www.nwa-wildside.com. You can see the message board, all the official news, rumors, and whatnot of NWA Wildside. Other NWA Wildside sites. Gotta thank a lot of our great people, a lot of the great fans making the tribute sites to Wildside. Uh-oh, there's the landslide. That's the finishing move of Stone Mountain, and this one's in the books.
There you see Stone Mountain retaining the Wildside Heavyweight Championship against Onyx. Coming up next was a very special evening. We spoke earlier of the former four-time NWA World Tag Team Champions Rick Michaels and David Young, known as Bad Attitude, a team in the year 2001 restoring respect and honor to tag team championships that have been dead, for lack of a better word, since the 1980s. Bad Attitude, a powerful force within the NWA. But one of the hottest and most popular tag teams in Wildside history, JC Dazz and Scottie Wrenn, the Boogaloo Crew, were gonna challenge Bad Attitude. And they had challenged them many weeks previously on Wildside television, all over the road when Wildside was on tour. And they could not get to Bad Attitude. They could not wrestle those tag team championships away from Bad Attitude because of the underhanded tactics of Rick Michaels and David Young. The fans were upset at this matter, and the fans wanted an answer. And that answer came in the form of a leather strap. Fan participation leather strap match. It was wild. It was at Bumpers in Athens, Georgia. Let's take it to it.
Pussies. These the former four-time NWA World Tag Team Champions. Actually, they were the Tag Team Champions. The rules pretty simple. Fan participation. Some lucky fans were selected out of the crowd via a random number drawing and handed leather straps when the participants go to the outside. The fans get to lay the lumber. And I'm not talking about Adam Jacobs. Michaels with his Bad Attitude sweatshirt on. So he's the only human in the world that owns one of those. Well, he probably made it himself.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing their opponents, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Rick Michaels, David Young, and one more time, the rules, both feet of the participants must be on the floor before they can be stretched. Here are the rules. If the slap the piss out of you, and that's the rules. Those are the rules of the strap match. We are World Tag Team Champions. You know, I heard that parents out here talking about Georgia earlier. I want you people to know I am from Tennessee. I don't have any
I'm from Tennessee, and I don't claim him.
Who let the Gators out? Chomp, chomp. Who let the Gators out? Chomp, chomp.
What was that on Rick Michaels' head? He looks like a skunk.
I want you guys to know, I moved in the state of Georgia just because the women are easy and the men are too candy ass to do anything about the taking away from you. Everybody except this group right here, because you notice they're all guys because they can't get a thing. If I look like you, I need you.
Well then.
R9, Tennessee, Georgia, NWA Tag Team, it doesn't make a shit. You're about to get your ass whooped. Not only by us, but by these fine people right here. Raise them hell up in your son of a bitch.
Oh, Scottie Wrenn. He's so good with words. Looks like the matchup going to get underway back from November of 2000. This was right around my birthday. Good God, I still had a mustache. JC Dazz starting this one out. Andrew Thomas, your referee. Steady up there, cameraman Dave. There you go. It's like JC Dazz and David Young wearing that Tennessee Volunteer sweatshirt. And it disgusts me as a Tennessee Volunteer to see David Young wearing my shirt. That's another story altogether. NWA World Tag Team titles on the line. Fan participation strap match. All those hungry and rabid fans with those leather straps on the outside. Despite the cracks I make about Michaels and Young, you can't discount the fact they're two of the most complete wrestlers in Wildside, two of the greatest wrestlers in NWA history. JC Dazz there misses a kick, kicked in the midsection by David Young. Irish whip. Dazz comes off. He catches him. Monkey flip. Beautiful maneuver by JC Dazz. And Scottie Wrenn clocked David Young one good time. Young over the top rope and almost into the Wolves' Den. On his knees in front of Rick Michaels, a very familiar position. The fans were very sick and tired. Oh, beautiful drop kick by JC Dazz. Sick and tired of the Boogaloo crew just continually getting clear wins over bad attitude. And Rick Michaels, he's in the crow's nest now for sure. A little trip to the woodshed for Rick Michaels. And Scottie Wrenn stepped on his finger. And JC Dazz kicked him in the ass. And he's out there again and running. He's been a very, very bad boy. He calls for a timeout. How convenient. Reversal up. Michaels back to the outside. He just can't get a break. Ultra thrashing. Scottie Wrenn been very successful. The Boogaloo crew so popular back in their heyday. Now going their separate ways. Scottie Wrenn, the Wildside heavyweight champion. And JC Dazz, the top contender for the junior heavyweight championship. And a member of the NWA Elite. And Rick Michaels, pussy or not, is getting his ass strapped because the shirt was ripped off of his back. The great fans in Athens, there's not a crew like them for sure. Rabid Georgia football fans, Georgia Bulldog fans, And we want to understand one of the fans out there was actually shot a few months before coming to this show, shot right in the shoulder. But he made this show anyway, and lucky him, his number was drawn to hold a strap and get that bad attitude, which so many of them wanted to do. And I myself wouldn't mind having a leather strap or shotgun. Kick to the midsection. JC Dazz, the finesse of the Boogaloo crew, if you want to call him that. Oh, high back body drop. He's small, silent but violent. You know, they always said dynamite comes in small packages. Never truer for JC Dazz. His little fire plug, very vicious, very mean individual. Double clothesline, Dazz ducks, and a pair of Japanese arm drags. And now both members of Bad Attitude. Something their parents should have done long ago. You probably wouldn't have Rick Michaels and David Young as we know it if they did. David's a bitch. I'm not arguing. Rick Michaels back to the safe haven that is that sweatshirt. Come on, Scottie. Fall for that is the old trick in the book. Scottie Wrenn to the outside, and the fans, of course, they're not going to touch Scottie Wrenn. They love it. But they're going to touch Rick Michaels. As a matter of fact, they're going to tan his ass. NWA Wildside, the #1 professional wrestling alternative. I was saying in the previous match, we got so many great fans referring to these Athens fans that make tribute pages to NWA Wildside. You can check it out at angelfire.com. www.angelfire.com/wrestling2/NWA Wildside. Big clothesline by Scottie Wrenn. Also, go to yahoo.com. Type in NWA Wildside as the keyword. That'll take you to the NWA Wildside fan zone, the ultimate fan zone, for the #1 wrestling alternative. Rick Michaels in his underwear is the last thing I ever wanted to see. You better be careful, Rick. I think the horse is coming out of the barn. Or Shetland pony, in his case. Through the midsection. Ludicrous, unruly, I tell you. Only in NWA Wildside. Don't want to forget to remind you can go to www.onewrestling.com to see the NWA Wildside National Television Show streamed in live video in the premium section of onewrestling.com. Big thanks to Bob Ryder, Dave Shear, Jeremy Borash, and the crew there. And Rick Michaels wants David Young to rub his ass. And David Young says we don't do that in public. And when we get back to the Bulldog Inn, that's another story. Thank God he wasn't wearing the thong this time. Andrew Thomas, he just wants a wrestling match. Trying to get these guys back in it. Enough with the shanking and floor pulling and whatnot. But hey, who doesn't love to see fat men rolling around in their underwear? That's why we love professional wrestling. David Young's a classic example of a fat man rolling around in his underwear. JC Dazz, oh, beautiful maneuver by David Young. That's a variation of the Blue Thunder Bomb, perfected by Jun Akiyama of All Japan Pro Wrestling, of course now Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. Jun Akiyama is the GHC International Heavyweight Champion. David Young taking a page out of Akiyama's book, now tagging to Rick Michaels. And he's taking a page out of Ole Anderson's book, popping him right in the face. Oh, sit-out Death Valley driver by Rick Michaels. That attitude very inventive and so capable, so solid as World Tag Team Champions. And I say what I want about Bad Attitude and cracking the jokes and everything else. They truly did restore respect to those World Tag Team titles, respect that was killed by an NWA that didn't want success. Well, Wildside proved them wrong, because Rick Michaels and David Young traveled the world as fighting champions. David Young was the most devastated spine buster in all of professional wrestling. Rick Michaels was one of the hardest working athletes, one of the most cagey veterans in professional wrestling today. That attitude was the real deal as World Tag Team Champions. But the Boogaloo crew, the ultimate combination of power and finesse. Scottie Wrenn, the powerhouse, the ticking time bomb, the Wildside heavyweight champion now. And JC Dazz, the high flyer of the group, and they mixed so well, complementing each other's styles to a T. And now Bad Attitude going to that old tag team style, the old tag team style that has worked for hundreds of years. And that's cutting the ring in half, putting your opponent in one corner, and going to continuous work, solid and fluently as a team. JC Dazz to the outside, and the fans giving him a hand here. After this matchup was over, Bad Attitude later claimed that this was an unfair advantage, and that the Boogaloo crew paid off all these great fans, but nobody likes Rick Michaels. For God's sakes, his breath stinks. He looks like a skunk. Sunset flip by JC Dazz. Oh, dear Lord. You think he would wipe first at least. Jesus God. Skid marks on our pretty red mat. Ole said this video would be unedited and uncensored, and if there was one portion I could edit, it would be that. Yes, crack is very deadly. Kick to the midsection by David Young. Dazz fighting back. Young going to that front chancery, the sugar, if you will. Dazz inches away, there he goes, making the tag. This Scottie Wrenn, no, Andrew Thomas had his thumb up his ass, or Rick Michaels' ass, or somebody's ass, but it certainly wasn't in the match. Because we've questioned Andrew Thomas's credibility many times. His palms obviously being greased by the NWA Elite. And something else may be greased, but we don't want to go there. There's a tag. I don't think Thomas saw that one as well. Nope. But to get in the way of Scottie Wrenn is like standing in front of a locomotive and saying, hey, hit me. Well, it hit him. Andrew Thomas getting his just desserts. I heard he was into S&M, but that's a whole other story unrelated to this matchup. There's a big reversal by Dazz. High leg lariat. This is his opportunity now to tag Scottie Wrenn, his loophole in the law, so to speak. Rick Michaels with a clothesline, stopping any effort at that. JC Dazz kicks out at 2. Dazz has a lot of tenacity, a lot of testicular fortitude, as they say. Oh, Dazz catches Young in a Hurricane Rana. Beautiful maneuver by JC Dazz. Oh, there's that spine buster. There's the spine buster by David Young. The single most devastating spine buster in all of professional wrestling. And Rick Michaels is up top. He could be going for his two-day draw. The Frog Splash. No, he went for an elbow. But J.C. Dazz got out of the way, so the point was moot. And Scottie Wrenn is in. Kicking time bomb, House of Fire. What the hell was that? DDT in the ring by Rick Michaels. I cannot believe Andrew Thomas didn't see that. He was looking out of the corner of his eye. Scottie Wrenn weighs 280 pounds. How the hell can you not see him? A fag shitter. You might even say he's a proverbial QBQ. Double drop toe hold. I hate that move. Takes me back to the horrifying days of my youth when Tommy Rich and Tracy Smothers would do it in regular butts. And Michaels catches Dazz. But Dazz has him locked in the threshold of pain. Beautiful counter there by J.C. Dazz. Ducks a clothesline. Dazz with a clothesline of his own. And he's a mere inches, a mere centimeters away from Scottie Wrenn. And Andrew Thomas finally saw the tag, a miracle in its own right. Scottie Wrenn knocking bad attitude all over the ring. Scottie splash in the corner. A lot more devastating than the Stinger splash, by the way. Well, there's the chair. There's the chair, the Boogaloo chair. And this could be the Dazzonator. But Andrew Thomas got KO'd. He's not going to be able to see it. Scottie Wrenn's got Nathan Young. He's got him up. Boogaloo bounce. We got new champion. I not remember them winning the belts. Oh yeah, it's because Andrew Thomas is an asshole.
The official decision from referee Andy Thomas. A result of this match, the winner by disqualification. Boogaloo crew, that means the NWA World Tag Team titles do not change hands.
Screwed again. All right, Namush.
Wrestling fans purchasing this home video, hope you're enjoying Out for Blood. Unedited, uncensored, some of the wildest matches in the history of NWA Wildside from Athens, Georgia. One of our best towns in the history of Wildside, some tremendous matches. Coming up next, you know, if you watch the television program nationwide, you may have seen a couple of individuals in army fatigues get the shit kicked out of them every week. Well, they chose on this night to team with a man now known as Lost Boy Azrael, but then he was having a little more difficult time in his career. His name was Marky Mark. And those three men band together, the Platoon, Sergeant Hardner, and Corporal Cooter, and Marky Mark, to antagonize the hardcore hero of Wildside, White Trash. They attacked him in a parking lot and stole his precious El Kabong stop sign. Trash didn't take too kindly to that, and he was coming to Athens to kick some ass and get his stop sign back. But he was outnumbered 3-on-1. Well, the odds, we'll say they jumped in his favor just a little bit during that match.
Our next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit.
Certainly wouldn't argue with him. Apparently, Destiny and Marky Mark are sisters. Wonder if they share the same bunk. Miscue. The Platoon not hitting the target they were aiming for. That seems to be their lot in life. A big hip toss by White Trash on Marky Mark. Marky Mark's poor career was really going nowhere. Michinoku driver by White Trash. He knows a wrestling move, and that's scary. Poor Marky Mark's career was going nowhere, especially at this point. I mean, teaming with the Platoon, for God's sakes. What kind of future can you have? Uh-oh. But God bless Satan, and I don't mean that in a religious text, in the form of a sinister menace that he came to Wildside and possessed the soul of Marky Mark, and apparently he learned how to wrestle, because he's now one of the most successful tag team members in Wildside as Azrael, the Lost Boys, and he certainly doesn't look like a Marky Mark anymore. With his hair in his eyes, and the black around his eyes, and the mysterious chants, and the going into the caves after the shows. I wasn't supposed to say that, but So it's not PC. So it's not PC. Who cares? Low blow by Marky Mark. Jawbreaker. Tagged to Sergeant Hardner. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Big leg drop by the Sarge. The fourth cousin's uncle's brother's former roommate of Sergeant Slaughter, actually. Big clothesline. And poor White Trash, any one of these guys, he would just totally blast with his stop sign. But because there are three of them, it's a little more difficult. I've been on many drunken binges with White Trash. And seen him beat up at least two guys at a time, but once it gets around three, it's a little more tricky for him. Yes, the fact that I hang out with White Trash is rather scary in its own thought. Cooter Calhoun, Corporal Cooter. A high ranking as Corporal, really dedicated to that armed services. And the Cooter attacking White Trash, but Trash punching him in the nuts like he usually does. And Cooter finding himself in his most familiar position, on his back. And no, women usually aren't around when he's there. It's usually in the wrestling ring and another wrestler's on top of him, pinning him. Oh, magistral cradle by Cooter Calhoun. I never thought I'd use those two words in the same sentence. Cooter Calhoun, you know, he was discharged from the platoon. Now teaming with Big Henry Hoss as the Redneck Express. Very proud of his Southern heritage. And his lazy eye, for that matter. Cooter's a good kid. Just steered wrong with his platoon. This Sergeant Hardner, he's a total wacko. A fruitcake, a guru, if you will. You've never met his wife. Jeez, she's worse. Destiny with the choke on White Trash on the outside. Young Destiny, she looks so young. So young to be corrupted. It's a regular G.I. Jane, if you will. Oh, Marky Mark with a kick to the midsection. Big senton for the White Trash. Oh, and they're setting up the table on the outside. They're setting up the table on the outside. The platoon, they could be feeding trash to the vultures here. Marky Mark, he's on the top. Oh my God, he missed him completely. Oh, Jesus. Well, Cooter with a splash off the apron. And poor Marky Mark, a fuck up just about any time he tried to do something. been told I can't say the F word. This is home video. I don't care about the PTC. Leave me alone, Joe. I tell that to the guys in the truck. I don't give a damn. Oh, look. White Trash has a tag team partner. He's a little assistance, as I was talking about, in the form of the 400-plus pound, 6'9" former NFL linebacker, Minnesota Viking, and Oakland Raider, the Beast, Bob Sapp. He is no Sapp. Marky Mark in with the stop sign. And White Trash makes the tag. Big pair of clotheslines. And a choke slam from the Beast. So thunderous Andrew Thomas fell on his butt. Oh no, there's the voodoo headbutt by the Beast. And the tag moved back into White Trash for that last burst of energy. Oh, Sergeant Hardner. Crack-a-lacked. On top of the head. One for Corporal Cooter. Thank you, sir. May I have another? And Marky Mark. And Bob Sapp on top of the dog pile. White Trash, your winner.
NWA Wildside, known for making stars for so long, a launching pad to the WWF and WCW, K-Quick, the Hardy Boys, Joey Abs, Shannon Moore. The list goes on and on of stars that have actually worked here in Wildside before going on to greener pastures, as they say. But unfortunately, Ted Turner sold his portion of stock to AOL Time Warner, and WCW went down in a pile of burning hell, leaving Wildside to be the true #1 wrestling alternative, because the athletes, instead of moving on, staying here in Wildside to take it to the next level, to become truly the #1 wrestling promotion in the world today. Air Paris, one of the stars here in Wildside, a high flyer, very controversial athlete, not afraid to run his mouth, but also backed it up in the ring and very wildly popular with the Wildside fans. Air Paris signed to a WCW contract, but before that, he had the opportunity to wrestle for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Paris prepared himself for months in advance, wanting to get the opportunity to hold that prestigious gold that has so much history and bring it up back to respect level and back to recognition. And he was going to get the shot at the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal Sabu, who was the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Well, on this night, Sabu wasn't feeling himself. He was a little under the weather, he'd taken a couple of 3,000 pills, and, well, Sabu wasn't up to par with wrestling. So the most suicidal, homicidal, genocidal man in pro wrestling quickly became the laughingstock of the sport, and simply suicidal, because the suicide was his career, going down the toilet in his World Heavyweight Championship match.
So people, go back to the doors. You shut your sticking mouth, you ugly piece of garbage. Get your refunds, buy your dolls, buy your Sabu pictures while you can. Because people, tonight, he's not wrestling. He's asleep on a plane somewhere going to Canada to wrestle tomorrow night. So referee, do your job and count him out.
Ever cheered that loudly. Incidentally enough, Air Paris went into this match hated, cursing the Georgia Bulldogs fan. Told me he was going to kick their ass in the parking lot. And the night after, probably the most popular wrestler in Wildside. This goes to show you glitz and glamour and reputation means nothing if you don't have a heart. And Air Paris had heart. Sabu obviously did not. Paris getting his opportunity. It's Sabu, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And then won the XPW World Heavyweight Champion, the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Been in the ring with some of the all-time greats, defeated some of the all-time greats. Sabu at one time considered one of the all-time greats. And it's actually very tragic the turn his career has taken. And I know I take... I've taken plenty of shots at him. And that's simply in defense of Wildside. Because what happened in this match was certainly an embarrassment to our company and an embarrassment to what we try to do in being the #1 wrestling alternative. Because Sabu does have a legendary reputation, will live in infamy, some of the most legendary hardcore matches of all time. Of course, the Born to Be Wired match with Terry Funk, in which he ripped his bicep open and had Bill Alfonso super glue it back together in the match. The matches with Abdullah the Butcher in Japan, where Abdullah broke a beer bottle over the ring post and gouged it into Sabu's arm and head. The matches with Rob Van Dam for Respect in the early days of Extreme Championship Wrestling. Sabu truly done it all in pro wrestling. Work matches for the World Wrestling Federation. Matches for WCW. And on paper, this matchup was tremendous. The high-flying ability, the aerial expertise of Air Paris against the sheer recklessness of Sabu. Paris been compared to Sabu many times in his wrestling career. Single leg takedown by Sabu. That's about all he could do. everyone won. Now, what are they talking about? I don't hear Edgar Winter's Frankenstein, nor do I see Paul Heyman with a cell phone. And I certainly don't want some big fat guy with a mullet that can't work doing a chokeslam. Sabu going back to that single leg takedown, cinching it in, deep in the heat, as they say. Oh, how quickly the tide turns. This is not what the crowd came to see, very obviously. And poor Paris putting his sheer life on the line by being in this match. Standing wrist lock applied by Air Paris. Oh, the crowd back behind Sabu. What a fair weather crowd. Sabu, Sabu, Sabu sucks. Sabu, Sabu, Sabu sucks. They can't make up their mind. I think that's because they've yet to figure out whether he's drunk or insane. I'll take the former. With that modified camel clutch, he uses a finishing maneuver for many years, hooking only one arm in the submissions, thus putting actually more pressure on the throat than the back. It's a very interesting variation of that camel clutch. Springboard, if you want to call it that, like lariat. Reverse Fujiwara armbar by Sabu. There's Air Paris accompanied in this matchup by John Phoenix and Adam Jacobs. Suicidal tendencies. This holiday season matchup here in Wildside, NWA Wildside. And once again, don't forget to visit www.nwa-wildside.com. And a vicious brawl ensues. Vicious, I tell you. Hey, took my table. Give it back. There's on the table. John Phoenix there cutting Sabu off. And there's Adam Jacobs. Sabu in no man's land. I think that's somewhere outside of Detroit. Come on, Sabu. Does the boots hurt that bad? Sabu nails John Phoenix. Looks like he could be going for the Arabian powerbomb, or not. A picture speaks 1,000 words. Moonsault to the outside, and Sabu landed right on his head. And while we wait, I'll sing the full-length version of Come Sail Away by Styx. I'm kidding.
John Phoenix and Air Paris have been barred from ringside. John Phoenix and Adam Jacobs have been barred from ringside. Andrew Thomas has barred Adam Jacobs and John Phoenix from ringside.
Even this matchup up, maybe that's why Sabu. Maybe that's why he couldn't fight back. All the triple teaming, that was it. Paris has a chair. Mocking Sabu. What can you say? Air Paris crouching himself on the top rope. And I can assure you that was way safer than having Sabu catch it. Uh-oh, Sabu's gonna go for one of his signature dives here. The springboard triple jump. Oh, well, he seemed to have lost his balance. Let's try it again. If at first you don't succeed, try it a few more times. DDT on Paris on the ramp. Oh, he's gonna nail it this time. Sabu setting up the chair. Here he goes. Big springboard. Oh, no. Let's try it one more time. Luckily, that DDT was so vicious, he gave Paris on the ramp. Otherwise, Paris would be up by now. Oh, he threw a chair right at him, nailing Paris in the mush. And throwing Paris back into the ring. And the chance of refund run rampant. That was the first and the last time you'll ever hear that at an NWA Wildside show. I promise you that. Get it in there, Tiger. Paris on the top. This is the single scariest moment I've ever witnessed in the history of Wildside. Right on his head. Sabu telling Andrew Thomas that he broke his neck on that. He has suffered a broken neck before at the hands of Chris Benoit. AJ Styles and Onyx, and has suicidal tendencies, attacking Sabu and getting disqualified. And the table, much like the remainder of Sabu's wrestling career, crumbles in a heap. And I want you to see who these people are cheering here. Not Sabu, no. It's the Wildside wrestlers. Look at JC Dazz, the Boogaloo crew out here. The Wildside talent is who they truly wanted to see. Especially in a dark hour like this.
You the fucking Power
Whether Phoenix wants it or not, I think he's getting a powerbomb. Onyx cuts him off there. We had a three-way brawl on the outside. The three separate factions, one faction being the NWA Elite, Onyx and AJ Styles, the Boogaloo Crew, and Suicidal Tendency. Oh, he's trying. The boos run rampant. Geez, if only New Jack had been there that night. He could just send him out to take him out. The original gangsta, Sabu, and a box cutter.
That is ugly as it looked. Ouch. Coming up next, you know, Wildside, we were the developmental territory, as they say, for World Championship Wrestling for quite a time. One of the stars that really found his niche here in Wildside was David Flair, a man cast in his father's shadow, thrown on Monday Nitro to the wolves, not having had a lick of wrestling experience, and getting his ass kicked week after week after week. And substantially, his career was going to be buried for sure. But he came to Wildside with a new hope, some new confidence of getting a fresh start, and he got exactly that. David Flair became a bona fide superstar here in NWA Wildside. One of the great matches David Flair had in bumpers in Athens, Georgia. His first big win in Wildside was against a Wildside veteran, former four-time World Tag Team Champion Rick Michaels, the original chosen one. He defeated him in Athens. Controversial finish, controversial fashion. Rick Michaels wanted a rematch. He got that rematch, and you'll see that matchup right now. David Flair and the original chosen one, Rick Michaels.
But to no avail. Rick Michaels with a low blow. Rick Michaels and David Flair one-on-one here. NWA Wildside, big knee drop by Michaels. This is a feud that resulted in an NWA World Tag Team title match that you'll see on Out for Blood Volume 2. The referee for this contest, Andrew Thomas. David Flair to the outside. And that sneaky, conniving, demonic Jeff G. Bailey laying those $600 Gucci shoes into the head of the son of the Nature Boy, David Flair. Flair breaking out of the shadow of his father, carving his own niche, old school, new class is what he called it. David Flair, tremendous competitor, a superstar for the modern era and the future in professional wrestling. Scoop and a slam by Rick Michaels. Michaels calling for the frog splash. That's his coup de grace, his finishing maneuver. Michaels scaling the top rope. Michaels is up top. What's Rick Michaels gonna do? He missed the frog splash. David Flair out of the way. Flair kicks him in the midsection. Fisherman's suplex, and he hangs on with a bridge, but Bailey's got Thomas's attention, and there's David Young. Rick Michaels. Michaels, your winner. Wow. Look at this. Jeff G. Bailey calling out the troops. Oh, he's going to go for the big super kick on David Flair. Here comes Dan Factor to the rescue. NWA Vice President Bill Barrett.
What do you think? Looks like there's two guys here. We need to take a break, do a little work on the ring. In about, say, 5 minutes. You got anything going on? So what you're trying to tell me, and these damn stupid people sitting around the ring, shut up! Is that just because your daddy is the late boy, you get a shot at our house. Is that what you're saying to me? Because you think you're somebody, and you got this... I don't even want to talk about this kid out here. You want a shot at us? We don't want to anybody, boy. I'll give it to him tonight. Rick, we will put these wild pedals on the land, and I'm going to show you exactly what I think about you, your family, and you being in this damn business, son, because we're the best in the world at what we do, and we will take you down.
Well, there you see bad attitude David Young getting involved, helping his tag team partner, Rick Michaels, double team David Flair, and WCW power plant wrestler Dan Factor making the save there to the fallen David Flair. That's setting up the match later in the evening by NWA Vice President Bill Barrett for the World Tag Team Championships. There was a special referee in that matchup, and you'll get to see all of that on Out for Blood Volume 2, coming soon from NWA Wildside Street Cam Home Video. You saw David Young get involved there. In that matchup, David Young proclaiming to be hardcore. Through his tenure in Athens, David Young wrestled a lot of hardcore matches. David Young bled, David Young made others bleed. But when David Young proclaimed that he was the king of hardcore in Athens, Georgia, a man answered that challenge. A man by the name of the original gangsta, New Jack, the single most violent athlete in the history of pro wrestling, attacking David Young. They wrestled one time. Cameras never caught that footage. New Jack, your winner, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. But David Young attacked him afterwards, causing New Jack to be left laying in the middle of the ring in a puddle of his own blood and very unhappy with what happened there. So New Jack challenged. He wanted the rematch. He wanted to see David Young in the ring one more time, and he was going to make sure that David Young was left laying so that New Jack wasn't embarrassed any longer.
Jimmy Rave on the ramp, and here comes the original gangsta. New Jack is in the ring. And David Young just now found out that he's there. Oh, dear Lord. You know, Gypsy Joe is my great uncle. I've been around this great sport my entire life. I have met personally and shaken the hand of just about every major superstar in pro wrestling. Oh God, a staple gun to the head. And the only man that literally scares me to death is the original Gangsta New Jack. I am terrified of this guy. He's a weapon-wielding maniac. He carries forks and staple guns to the ring, and he has no remorse for life and limb whatsoever. When he gets in that ring, it's gonna hurt you. You say whatever you want about professional wrestling. Sports entertainment. We're sports entertainment. When New Jack's in the ring, this shit's real. And David Young feeling the brunt of that right now. To the outside. Jack following him up. Oh no, he's got a bar stool. Oh goodness. New Jack is unique, he's outspoken. There's never been another individual in professional wrestling quite like it. David Young in the barricade and breaking that large wooden barricade, and that's made by 4x4 lumber. It's not plywood, it's not particle board. 4x4 lumber, you broke it. New Jack coming for his revenge here on David Young. He's getting it in spades. Oh, David Young over that table. The Wildside photographer, Merle Hamburger, in the way of the shot as usual. Get the hell out of the way, Merle. Big chair shot to the back of David Young. Young, the former four-time NWA World Tag Team Champion, 12-year veteran of the sport. David Young also has been in the ring with about every superstar in professional wrestling today. He holds victories over quite a few of them. David Young's an ultimate wrestling machine. He can brawl, and hardcore style is a very, very strong point of David Young, as just seen in his matches with New Jack. David Young can wrestle, he can fly through the air. He has a tremendous power game, and he's got 12 years, as I said, of wrestling experience that you can't replace with anything. Professional wrestling experience, always the best teacher. This isn't New Jack's first trip around the horn either. Oh, garbage can full of beer bottles to the head. New Jack's been a professional for the better part of 12 years as well. I guess if you could pick out the time when he actually started being a professional, I don't know if that meant from walking into the ring from the front row and just beating the hell out of somebody. I think that was his first professional wrestling match, actually. I think he was just at the front row and one of the wrestlers pissed him off, so he beat him. Rolling around the bar area here. Oh, that music is so ominous. David Young wearing the proverbial crimson mask. Bleeding like a stuck pig. New Jack driving that elbow home.
Shit! They know shit.
Well, New Jack, huh? Promised unedited and uncensored. Well, New Jack, that's what you get. Plunger. Now, wait a minute. Rain Man and Homicide Blackout have come to ringside here. Interesting note. I really didn't think they had anything to do with this situation here. It's very interesting. They may be here to attack New Jack. I'm really not sure. I know Homicide and New Jack have a long history of rivalry. They were a tag team at one time. They split up in a bit of feud. David Young going to New Jack's garbage can for some toys. He's got the old Tennessee chain. All right to the head. It's like New Jack could be busted wide open for that shot, yes. And New Jack bleeding a little, David Young bleeding a lot. And conspicuous enough by their presence, Blackout is at ringside. What can you say? Jeez. Both garbage can to the head. Like I'm helping New Jack back into the ring. Well, they were helping him in the ring. Well, they were keeping him in there with David Young. Oh, plunger to the back. Oh, he's biting it. He's biting it. Dear Lord. You can see the look of terror and fear in the eyes of many of these people on ringside. They also have that strange respect for New Jack. Many of them love it. I'm certainly going to be a fan of a guy that can kick my ass. And tag my toe, for that matter. Blackout helping New Jack back into the ring again. Right back into David Young, and apparently it looks as if Blackout and David Young have some sort of alliance here. Blackout keeping New Jack in the ring even when he goes out for a powder. Odds look to be stacked against the original gangster for sure. Oh, he's got a cookie tray. He's got a cookie tray. Merry Christmas. Jack to the outside. Blackout gonna attack him. It looks so bad. Jimmy Ray to the rescue. Rick Michaels to the rescue. You saw Rick Michaels and David Young work Bad Attitude earlier on this video. This matchup taking place in June. Bad Attitude had already split up. Then Blackout now brawling with Jimmy Ray. So Blackout out there helping David Young, Jimmy Ray, and Rick Michaels coming to the assist of New Jack. And the brawl is now spilled into the ring. David Young going to work on his tag team partner, Rick Michaels. This was the match that led up to the brawl they had at the Globe Theater in Athens that was off the charts. You'll be able to see that on Out for Blood 2. The Georgia Theater, excuse me. The Globe Theater. My production man is correcting me here. David Young, what is he doing here? What is he doing? He just handed New Jack a handful of money. What the hell? Well, green speaks louder than words for sure. A big fat flizzo of his ash is all New Jack needed here. And what the hell is he doing? Oh my goodness! Oh no! Turn it! Rick Michaels and Jimmy Ray! What the? This was all a setup! A setup from the beginning! Homicide and New Jack reunited! Old friends reunited with Rayman and David Young! What an unholy alliance! And Rick Michaels and Jimmy Ray are the poor recipients of this unwanted attack. Oh no, New Jack got Jimmy Ray, he's gonna kill him. Fork to the head of Jimmy Ray. And to steal a line from my tag team partner, Stephen Prazak, Jimmy Ray was 18. Jack drops the hammer bomb. Oh, look at that evil grin. Oh, he scares the hell out of me. Oh, look at Rick Michaels, a bloody mess. Jimmy Ray, a bloody mess. Oh, what a disturbing sight. It was 3 days before Freedom Fight 2001. In which young Jimmy Ray had to face Caprice Coleman in a ladder match, and he won that match. What an art determination by Jimmy Ray. Oh, and the massacre continues. Not Speedy! Anybody but Speedy! Belly-to-belly suplex! This is a massacre, folks. An absolute massacre. Rick Michaels still in the ring. Spine buster by David Young. New Jack, this was the night of usual suspects. The damage scene surveilled. Bumpers in Athens, Georgia, now resembling that of ground zero. This is unbelievable. Rick Michaels again! Spine buster by David Young. New Jack's got the garbage can. Right across the cranium, bashing the skull of Rick Michaels. Playing possum. Oh, he got caught. never delivers back. Ouch. Dropped a big elbow on Speedy Nelson. Broke 3 of Speedy Nelson's ribs with that elbow. 3 ribs. 3 of them. Oh, they don't have a 5.
There you see David Young with the original gangster being a little too much for him to handle. And paying off New Jack, along with Rain Man and Homicide, Blackout, the usual suspects, to turn his back on David Young's tag team partner, Rick Michaels. By then, Bad Attitude had split, and it was an ugly split. Rick Michaels and the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion Jimmy Ray left in puddles of their own blood. It was a very disturbing scene. And if you watch NWA Wildside television in the weeks to come, you'll see more of all of those superstars and all the stars of NWA Wildside. Also, don't forget the premium section of www.onewrestling.com now has NWA Wildside streaming video footage. If you don't get the television show where you live, go to www.onewrestling.com. Big thanks to Dave Shearer, Bob Ryder, and all of our great friends there. Wildside streaming video, onewrestling.com premium. It is now time, fans, for your main event of Out for Blood. We hope you've enjoyed this very special collection of matches never before seen to the national audience. Your main event now, the role model, Jason Cross, managed by Jeff G. Bailey. The figurehead, the cornerstone of the NWA Elite, Jason Cross, singly handpicked by Jeff G. Bailey to lead the NWA Elite into the new era. Jason Cross, a man with every bit of the ability, every bit of the athleticism, and every bit of the talent of any athlete we've ever seen in NWA Wildside, most comparably to one AJ Styles. He was so good at doing what AJ Styles does, he ripped him off completely, stealing everything from the repertoire of AJ Styles, including the outfit AJ Styles wore before he turned his back on the NWA Elite. So Jason Cross and AJ Styles, the feud came to an apex here at the Georgia Theater in historic Athens, Georgia. AJ Styles and Jason Cross taking high-flying wrestling to an entirely new level, and words can't describe it. Let's get out of the match.
Weighing at 202 pounds, the role model, Jason Cross.
Jason Cross, your main event of Out for Blood. And I discussed the history of these two men both of them, two of the most phenomenal athletes in wrestling. AJ Styles, former World Championship Wrestling superstar Jason Cross, offered a WCW contract at one time, actually turned it down, accompanied by Jeff G. Bailey here. This matchup should be one hell of a barn burner. Jason Cross pointing to his mythological six-pack of abs. And AJ Styles showing the real deal. Jeff G. Bailey didn't want to touch that one with a 10-foot pole, because he was wrong. Colored elbow tie-up in the center of the ring. Hammerlock, side headlock by AJ Styles. Side headlock reversal with a hammerlock. Leg takedown. Goes to the ankle lock in a hurry. Jason Cross to the ropes. Here we blows goats, huh? I wonder if Ronnie P. Gossett has any pictures of that. Called an elbow tie-up, full Nelson, reversal, hammerlocks. Oh, and Jason Cross just stepped over him. What an arrogant prick. But he paid for it. Big right hand by AJ Styles, reversal. Off the ropes comes Styles. Styles catches him. Back up in the air. Spin him around. Could he go for that Styles clash early in this matchup? Jason Cross fights back, goes for a hurt Nirvana. Styles remains with a vertical base. Cross going for the Styles clash. Styles catches him with a hurricane run. Japanese arm drag by Jason Cross. Casino arm drag by AJ Styles. Leg sweep takedown, lateral press, 1 count. Leg sweep takedown, lateral press, 2 count. Double kip up, and a standing ovation. To the midsection by Cross. Big punch to the face. Oh, and a kick swift to the side of the head. And it'll knock you Fruit Loops for sure. Reversal. Oh my goodness! Jason Cross he hit the movie screen above the theater that was hanging down some 10 feet in the air. Drop kick by AJ Styles. Styles in control of this matchup now. All the jealousy here is so thick you could cut it with a knife between these two individuals. Cross more so jealous of Styles, obviously from the rip off of the repertoire and the entire shtick that he's done. But don't think that AJ's not a little envious that Cross is up here matching him hold for hold. Oh, moonsault off the chest. Duck under. AJ Styles comes up. He's the originator of that maneuver. Oh, and Styles goes snake eyes onto that top turnbuckle. Reverse double underhook face slam, otherwise known as the Tamakaze. Maneuver invented by Tommy Rogers of Fantastic Spain. Lateral press, 2 count only. Little reversal there, Styles caught Cross. He's got a big vertical suplex. Oh, and a neck breaker. Oh, but he hangs on. AJ Styles hanging on that maneuver. Beautiful brain buster. Andrew Thomas slowing up the count a little bit. Swing in the direction of his buddies. Did he just make the narrow sign? Maybe he was paid off by Jeff G. Bailey for this matchup? doesn't surprise me. Inverted vertical suplex. Jason Cross hangs on. Oh, Dragon Sleeper on the ground, and he's got it sink in. AJ Styles may be choked out here. He may be out. The carotid artery blocking the blood flow to the brain. AJ Styles could be out cold. Styles has some fight in him. He's fighting up. AJ Styles fighting up. Reversal. He reverses that, and he's still fighting. What heart, what determination, what intestinal fortitude. But Cross reverses it and rolls the dice.
You got him now, Jason.
2 count again. Front power slam. Falling by Jason Cross. Cross insultingly stepping on AJ Styles once again. Split leg and moonsault right on the mark.
Damn it, Andrew, 3!
No, I wasn't implying that AJ Styles was the mark. He hit his target. Irish whip. Dug him a clothesline. Jason Cross lands flat on his stomach. And a spin kick by AJ Styles. What a matchup we are witnessing here from the Georgia Theater. Rolling cradle. 2 count over. Punch to the face. And another. AJ Styles killing Andrew Thomas. The stump and all beautiful monkey flip. But AJ Styles lands on his feet for a super kick. Cross blocks it. Wow. Dragon screw leg whip. And AJ Styles turned 360 degrees. Unbelievable. Leg scissor DDT. Never seen that move before in my life. Styles going for a baseball slide. He blocks it. Oh! AJ Styles up the stage. AJ Styles up the stage. Styles could be very hurt here. Styles could be very injured. Jason Cross is on the stage. Corkscrew puncher. Wow. Like Cross is going to ram Styles into this wall here. Big platform up against that wall. Slamming his head into the wall once more. Cross gonna go for it. AJ Styles bounced off the wall. He bounced off the wall. What is this, the Matrix?
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
AJ Styles taking Jason Cross right into that sea of humanity. Oh, it's Styles has a chair. Jeff G. Bailey getting involved here. Oh, Jeff G. Bailey super kicked AJ Styles. That rotten weasel of a filthy human being.
Come on, AJ, you're the man, baby. Come on, AJ. Come on, AJ.
Chicken! Oh, yeah. Chicken!
Come on, AJ.
Come on, AJ! You got it, baby. You got it.
Of course he's got it. Think about super kick him to make it 2-on-1. Conniving bastard. Scooping a slam. Claus making his way to the top rope. Oh, big frog splash.
Get on him, cover and cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, damn it. What do you say, Styles? What do you say?
AJ Styles like deep in that rear chin lock. Wait a minute. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I guess here in Wildside, we really shouldn't be bitching about the foreign objects. For God's sakes, it's not like they're against the rules. Backdrop by AJ Styles. Styles now, he's got his wing back, and he's on the top rope. What's AJ Styles gonna do? Flying squirrel. Styles going back up for a second attempt, didn't get the pinfall there. And Jason Cross telegraphed it.
AJ! Shooting star to the floor!
Hurricane Rana off the top. And Jason Cross, he's obviously injured here. As a matter of fact, he cracked his sternum in this matchup, and it may have been on that maneuver right there.
Come on, get up. You got it. One more time.
Hurricane Rana again. He went to the well once too often. Styles clash off the top rope. AJ Styles has had enough now. He's gonna get that Bailey. AJ Styles has had enough now. I'll give him one for me. Jason Cross kicks into the midsection. He catches Styles off guard. He catches Styles off guard. The cross clash. Oh no. Oh no, not like this. In a fast count to boot. Well, the ending wasn't how we wanted it. But thank you for purchasing Out for Blood. Here, don't forget Out for Blood Volume 2 coming out from NWA Wildside Street Cam Home Video. I'm Dan the Dragon Wilson. Good night.